Good afternoon, guys. It is 12:45 p.m. here in Florida. And I'm going to be hanging out with you guys for about an hour. I'm a sleepy boy, man. My wife and I had the yesterday and today off. It's the first time we've had a Saturday and Sunday off together in, like, no joke, over a year. So yeah, we decided to stay up super late. Super late for us was 2 a.m. We stayed up till 2 a.m. having some margaritas. We watched an episode of Hacks, and then we just kind of went down YouTube rabbit holes of bands and shit like that we used to listen to growing up. We literally just sat on the couch for like 5 hours, just listening to some tunes. It was a good time, man. But we're feeling it this morning. And we're just being lazy today. But welcome, guys. What's on your mind? Today is Sunday, lazy Sunday. Not doing shit today. Might go up to the pool. We might go up to the pool for like an hour or so. But let the daughter stay up late last night watching a My Little Pony movie. We ordered pizza. It was a good little Saturday evening. And we stayed up way too late. But here we are. Welcome, guys. Raven, Denzel, 80s kid from the 90s, Jay, Owen, Sam, Giovanni, Catherine, Princess Mai, Braxton, 00, Oscar Rodriguez, Frosted Moon Tips, Mr. Sniffles. Welcome, guys. Still sipping coffee here in Nashville, treasuring those last few moments in the morning. There you go, Sam. We made a lot of coffee this morning. Again, we went to bed at like 2:30 in the morning. We went to bed at 2. And our daughter woke up at about 6 in the morning. So we're going on 4 hours of sleep, which is kind of normal for me. But you know, it was a stupid idea to stay up that late with a 6-year-old, knowing that she's gonna wake up at 6 in the morning, and we're gonna be zombies. Oh, welcome. I'm at the pool where I enjoy laying by the pool as much as actually swimming, Mr. Sniffles. There you go, man. Yeah, I love summertime. You know, I'm a Floridian. I love swimming. I've kind of passed that on to my kid. She is a fish, man. She knows how to swim so good. I worked with her for years and years and years, and you know, she's goes to the bottom of the pool and can sit on the bottom of the pool and blow air out of her lungs, and she's great, man. But I love swimming. I love the summer. It's honestly one of the reasons I would never really want to move away from here, because I love going to the beach. I love going to the pool. It's just one of my favorite things to do, you know? But yeah. Frosted Moon Tips asks, any other sci-fi franchises you're a fan of outside of Star Wars? Yeah. Really the only other franchise, like sci-fi franchise that I kind of focus on is Star Trek. But I'll say that my scope of Star Trek is very small, or my enjoyment rather, or maybe what I've been exposed to. To me, Star Trek is really the next generation. That's like my bread and butter, Star Trek. To tell you the truth, I haven't really seen much beyond the next generation. I've seen a little bit of Voyager. Never seen any Deep Space Nine, which I constantly get recommended by buddies of mine. I've seen the newer Star Trek movies with Chris Pine and stuff. Those are fun. I've seen one episode of Picard. Wasn't my thing. I mean, I should probably give it a chance, but I've seen one episode of Discovery, I think. But yeah, for me, like, I'm a big fan of the next generation. It's hard for me to say that I'm a Star Trek fan as a whole, just because I haven't really been exposed, or I haven't given it a lot of it a chance. I'd be way more interested in checking out Deep Space Nine or Voyager than the newer shows for whatever reason. But yeah, the Next Generation is my Star Trek, you know. Now, things like, who brought that up? Gene brings up the Alien franchise, right? When I think of Alien, I don't really think of a franchise. I know that's a fault in my brain. That's not the case, because it is a franchise. But when I think of Alien, you know, I really just think of the first two movies, Alien and Aliens. Just because I've never really liked any of the other ones, and, you know, to me, saying like Alien is a franchise, and I know they're making a lot of movies. They made a lot of crossover movies. They're still making movies. But in a way, like, Alien as a franchise is almost like Jaws as a franchise in my brain. There's really only one movie at the beginning, or in the case of Alien, there's two solid movies, and then the rest are kind of shit, and I don't even care about them. I don't really consider it a franchise. Same with Jaws. Like, the first movie, probably my favorite movie of all time. The other sequels don't exist. You know what I mean? Yeah, I like Fallout. Random guy, what's up, man? I've only seen the first episode of the Fallout show. If you're asking if I like it as a franchise, I do. I've played them all. I've never beaten any of them, though. Like, for whatever reason, like, I'll put 20 hours into a game, and then some of you guys know, like, I'm not much of a single-player gamer. But, like, I've played every single Fallout, but I've never beaten a single one of them. That's kind of stupid, right? It took me like 4 or 5 years to beat Red Dead Redemption 2. Not because I didn't want to play it, but because I would go like 5 months without playing it. And then I would go like a month playing it every single day. You know. But, what was I going to say? I love Fallout 76. I've been playing that. Well, I got it when it first came out. Me and my buddy played it day one. And then, you know, we played it for a month or so, and I just forgot about it. And then back in April, I fired it back up, and me and my buddy have been back into it ever since. So we've been playing it for a couple months now, and it's really well done. It's fun. It's right up my alley, you know. As a multiplayer gamer primarily, who enjoys the silliness, the tongue-in-cheek, fun nature of Fallout games, and the I think Appalachia is the best map they've ever made in the Fallout series. Fallout 76 is great. So yeah. Anyway. I'm not caught up with the Acolyte, by the way. I'm not worried about spoilers or anything. It's all good, man. I've only watched the first 3 episodes, so I'm planning on hopefully watching the next 2 at the station tomorrow, 4th and 5th. But morning, Swish. Are we ever gonna get to that galaxy, madman? Oh, I love when this comes up. So that is actually the galaxy that we're flying to is actually the Andromeda galaxy. And the Andromeda galaxy is 2.5 million light years. I apologize if you guys have heard this spiel before, but whenever anybody comes on the chat and brings up, you know, the stream overlay that I made, I like talking about it. So yeah, that's the Andromeda galaxy. The Andromeda galaxy is 2.5 million light years away from the Milky Way galaxy, where we live, right? So that means that when the Hubble Space Telescope took this image of the Andromeda galaxy, the light that hit the optical instruments of the Hubble Space Telescope, that light traveled for 2.5 million years, obviously at the speed of light, from the Andromeda galaxy to the Hubble Space Telescope. So 2.5 million years at the speed of light. That's how far. If you're traveling at the speed of light from the Milky Way galaxy to the Andromeda galaxy, which we're doing right now, it would take you 2.5 million years. So, yeah, we still have a long way to go. Yeah, just settle in, madman. Hope you brought a book. Evans Media, Concordia Jedi, and Oscar Rodriguez, thank you for the super chats this afternoon on this lazy Sunday as we tap our thumb on the Subaru Crosstrek as we fly to the Andromeda Galaxy. Having a little mimosa, a little hair of the dog. But yeah, welcome guys. Evans, Concordia, and Oscar. Evans says, got my new MacBook last night, 14-core CPU, 30-core GPU, 36 gigs of RAM. Oh, nice. 1 terabyte SSD. It's a monster. Great for editing. I'm going to be doing at college. Nice, man. Yeah, it's always fun to get new toys like that, right? It's always fun to get new toys like that. That is a beast. That's a powerhouse. 36 gigs of RAM. How much, if you don't mind me asking, Evans? I'm not familiar. I've never owned an Apple product in my entire life.
I recently passed 11K subs, but I've been having a tough time figuring out the algorithm to help the channel grow. Any tips? Hope the family as well.
Cheers, Concordia. I'm probably not the right person to ask, but this is a fun conversation. Give me one sec, okay? Yeah, Evans, I'm not familiar with, one sec, there we go. I'm not familiar with Mac products, Apple products. I've never owned, I take that back. I've owned one Apple product my life. It was an early iPhone. And that's not because I'm against them or anything. I think they're great machines. I enjoy building my own computers and tinkering with things sometimes. And, you know, it's often a little cheaper to, just as powerful to go a different route. You know what I mean? I'm curious, if you don't mind me asking, how much does a rig like that cost you, Evans? Also, it's a MacBook, so I'm not familiar with the world of, laptops in general. Like, I want a gaming laptop, but I know I wouldn't use it that often. It wouldn't be worth it. With the student discount of about $3,000, also including Apple Care for 3 years. Damn, that's a pricey piece of machinery there. But hey, if you're gonna use it, and whatever, you know. I built my PC. I want to get 32 gigs of RAM. I have 16 right now. I just kind of, yeah, I have a 4080 Ti, 16 gigs of DDR5. I have 3 terabytes of hard drive space, and actually, I have 4 terabytes of hard drive space. I have 5. No. Yes, I have 5. I have two 2 terabyte SSDs, and then one 1 terabyte SSD that's internal, that came with the PC. That's basically just for my operating system. But I think my PC was like, I don't even remember. I think after all was said and done, I got a new monitor too. Basically knew everything. I want to say it was like $2,000 for the PC and the monitor and everything. But there is a convenience factor with the laptop. I wish I was able to get one. I think it'd be fun to have one just to bring to like the station, you know, to be able to play some games downtime, so you're just not endlessly scrolling on your phone, which I don't do very often anyway. Usually I run every day when I'm at work, so I hop on the treadmill and run 4 miles, and we usually do a strength workout, me and one of the younger guys, and I'm not one to just sit there and scroll endlessly. I gotta be doing something, you know. How did I get on that topic? Oh, laptop at the station. Yeah. Anyway, I've always been a PC guy. I built my own desktop, so it's all new for me. Nice, Evans. Yeah, I've never. We don't have like any. We don't have any Apple products at the house. No laptops, no phones. My wife has a Samsung. I have a Google Pixel. Yeah, interesting. But yeah, anyway, have fun with it there. It's always fun to get new toys like that, Evans, for you know. And then you, like, something like that that's just kind of top of the line. When you get it, it's crazy the difference that it makes relative to, you know, your old machinery, your old hardware. Like when I got this new PC back in October, you know, the computer that I had before this, it was 10 years old. I built it in preparation for Battlefront 2015. And that computer was great. I mean, it was awesome. Until, I would say until Jedi Survivor came out. And that's when I saw, like, oh man, my rig is pretty dated now, you know. Time to upgrade. But, yeah, anyway. Cheers there, Evans. Have fun with it, man. Concordia Jedi, thank you so much for the Super Chat channel support. And Oscar Rodriguez as well. Concordia says, I recently passed 11,000 subs, but I've been having a tough time figuring out the algorithm to help the channel grow. Any tips? Hope the family as well. Let me take a quick sip here, okay? Let's see. So, I'll say this, I'm not the right person to ask Concordia. I've never focused on, like, chasing the algorithm. I honestly don't know how much of it works. I never check my analytics. When it comes to, like, YouTube growth or stuff like that, I in all honesty, I don't pay attention to it. There was a time period, you know, leading into The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, The Rise of Skywalker, that, you know, all those movies, where the channel just took off. I got very lucky, you know, right place, right time. I started the channel in 2011. Disney bought the franchise in 2012. So I started this thing a year before we ever knew new Star Wars was coming. I just got lucky, you know. And ever since then, it's just been all luck. Now I lose subscribers every month. I don't know if people are physically unsubscribing. I don't really upload that much stuff. Or if it's just like old accounts that are getting purged and whatnot. I have no idea. I would suspect that people are just unsubscribing, you know. Which I never really, it doesn't bother me. But, because I don't do much in general. But yeah, it's weird, Concordia. Like, I don't know how the algorithm works. I don't know if anybody ever does. I mean, some people obviously figure it out pretty well. I'll tell you somebody who is really good at it. And when I met him, he wasn't sure. He was talking about the analytics and everything, but Eckert's Ladder, his channel, I met him out in, where was that? Was that EA Play? A few years ago. I was 2017 now, or 2019, something like that. But he's really good at that stuff. The algorithm, the analytics. For me, I look at that stuff and my brain just like goes numb. I don't know what I'm looking at. I'm not that interested in it. You know what I mean? So when it comes to growth, I don't know how it works. You know, for me, man, like, if I want to say something, if I want to make a video, I make it and I upload it. If it does well, awesome. If it doesn't, fine. You know what I mean? I've never been one to chase the algorithm. I've never been one to really, like... what I do need to do a better job of is making thumbnails. You know, sometimes I'll work like a few days on a video, and then I'll spend like 15 minutes on a thumbnail. And like, that defeats the purpose of making and putting time into a thought out video. You know, the one thing that I do sometimes, Concordia, in terms of like, and I don't know if this helps at all, but when you're tagging a video, what I would recommend, and this is something that I heard somebody recommend years ago, like 5-6 years ago. So I don't even know if it's applicable now, but like, just go to YouTube and like, let's say, go to YouTube and then go to the search bar in YouTube and type Star Wars, right? And then all of the list of things that come up, maybe open up YouTube in like incognito mode or something like that, so your cache isn't there and your search history is not there, so you're getting kind of a pure blank slate. But go to go to YouTube, go to the search bar, type Star Wars, and all of the predicted search things that pop up are kind of the top search items that people are searching for. So let's say you type in Star Wars, and then it might say Star Wars Outlaws, Star Wars Music, Star Wars Explained, Star Wars, The Acolyte. So you could just kind of, those could be your tags. Those things that specifically people are searching for could end up being your tags. And that's generally what I use as tags in a video. I don't know if that helps at all, but that's just kind of a good point in the right direction, maybe, for what people are searching for in the moment, So in terms of growth, I have no idea. In terms of the algorithm, I have no idea. In terms of analytics, doesn't interest me all that much. Maybe if I played the game a little more, the channel would grow, but I'm on here so infrequently, and it's just a fun little outlet. But I will say this, Concordia, if you have 11,000 subs, you're doing something right. You know how hard it is to get subs on YouTube? It's tough, man. 11,000, you might not think it's a lot, but it's a shitload. It's a lot of people. The vast majority of YouTube channels probably have less than 100. I mean, if you think about it, if you think about how many YouTube channels are out there, how many people are making videos, I bet the vast majority, the overwhelming majority, 99% of them have less than 100, maybe less than 50, So if you have 11,000, you're on the right track, you're doing something right. And that growth will come naturally, in my opinion. But yeah, anyway, Concordia, I know that didn't help you at all. That's just kind of where my brain is, But yeah. Anyway, I appreciate that, Concordia. Cheers and best of luck to you. Oscar Rodriguez, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support as well. Oscar says, ever thought of turning the living room TV into a computer monitor? Imagine playing all your single player games that way. I used to. So yeah, I've thought about that. I can't really do it right now with I guess I could. Just the way our living room TV is mounted, and we have like a nice built-in electric fireplace and some shelves. I've posted it before on Instagram, maybe. It wouldn't be the best way. There wouldn't be a really easy way to do it right now. But what I've done in the past, Oscar, and I haven't done this in years, but I had a Steam Link. Is that what it was called? Steam Link? Steam Link on Steam. Is that what it was called? Yeah, I don't even think they make it anymore. Yeah, so it was great. I used to use it quite a bit, actually. Steam Link was basically a device that plugged into your TV through an HDMI port, and then it would link up to your PC, and you could literally play your PC games on your TV. It would just basically stream your PC, whatever's on your PC, to your TV. Which was cool. I used to use that quite a bit playing games. I don't even know where that thing is now. I don't even know if it's still operable. But yeah, I mean, it's a cool way to well, I guess I kind of do that in a way too. I have like Plex Media server, so any movie or show that's on my PC is streamed to my TV if I want to use it. But, yeah, it's been a long time since I've actually hooked up a computer or a laptop to a TV. Years ago, in our old apartment, this would have been in 2008, 2009, I used to, I would hook up my PC to my TV, really just to, watch movies and stuff like that. But, I mean, that's been a long time. I haven't done that in a long-ass time, But, yeah. Anyway, I appreciate that, Oscar. What's up, Chris? Chris says, I honestly love the way you do YouTube. You're not trying to fight for attention. You're like an old bud that I'm happy to see from time to time. Keep doing what you're doing. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah. It's just a fun little outlet, right? I honestly, if I felt pressure to make a video like every single day or chase an algorithm or whatever, this would be kind of, it'd feel like a job, and I don't want that to be the case, you know. I mean, so many people do it that way. Great, that's fine. And I'm sure they're having fun and whatnot, but to me, it wouldn't be fun, you know. And that's primarily what I want this thing to be. It's just a fun little outlet. And that's kind of what it's always been, you know. I used to be way more active in the past, just because priorities were different. You know, I didn't have a kid and you know, career shift and everything. And but even back then, you know, if I didn't feel like making a video, I just didn't do it, and there was no pressure. And to me, that's a very healthy way, for me at least, to do this YouTube thing, you know. What's up, Uniqueness? But any feelings about the new James Gunn Superman movie coming out next year? Been a fan of him since Guardians trilogy. Yeah, I love the suit. I love what we've seen of the suit. It's great. I'm excited for it, man. I'm a Superman guy. I haven't been a big fan of really many of the movies lately. Man of Steel, meh, not my thing. Actually, like Superman Returns more than Man of Steel. It's more, I don't know. I like my Superman to be an attaboy Boy Scout. You know, I like my Superman to be an all shucks kind of guy. You know, I'd rather watch Superman helping a kitten out of a tree than fighting Zod and destroying Metropolis. Like, I'd rather watch him just being a good dude. You know what I mean? To me, like, Superman is at his best when he's just being a good guy. You know what I mean? So I'm hopeful that it's going to be kind of, you know, kind of I'm sure it's going to end with a giant over the top, the sky is falling action fight or whatever. But I really hope it's more in line with what I've always liked about Superman. A silly side, a goofiness to it, an all shucks attaboy, Boy Scouty nature, you know. We'll see. Gunn said that Uniqueness says Gunn said that Superman in his movie is kindness in a world that sees kindness as old-fashioned. I think we really need Superman now more than. Oh, I love that. That gives me hope for the movie, man. That's great. Yeah, that gives me hope. Uniqueness. Oh, I don't know what to do the rest of the day, man. Me and my wife stayed up way too late. I said that at the beginning of the stream. We went to bed at 2 in the morning. Just enjoying margaritas, listening to some old tunes that we used to listen to, scrolling through YouTube, shooting the shit. Before you knew it, it was 2 in the morning. We were like, oh shit. Our daughter's gonna wake up in 4 hours. She wakes up at like 6 in the morning. So she woke up at 6 in the morning, of course. 6:15 to be exact, and we had like 4 hours of sleep, and I just hear, Dad. Dad. Yeah. And groggy-eyed. Way too many margaritas. Can I get the tablet? Yeah. She comes downstairs, gets the tablet, and brings it upstairs, and she played a My Little Pony running game and some Barbie Dreamhouse game on her tablet for a couple hours, and we were still snoozing. We're dragging ass, man. I don't know what to do the rest of the day. Yeah, you veg out. Yeah, I always feel bad. Like, it's summer break. Our daughter is a very active kid. She just wants to run around, jump, skate, swim, and sometimes she likes to just veg out and be lazy, but I always feel bad because she's such an active kid. She just wants to play. And if me and my wife just kind of want a day where we're lazy, she wouldn't have a problem with it, but like I just feel bad because she would much rather be kicking a ball or roller skating or going on a bike ride or pushing her baby stroller around the block or going swimming or jumping off the couch and breaking things. I can't put a Nintendo controller in her hand because she'll lose interest within 10 minutes. And she'll just be like, just be like, you want to play Tickle Monster? Yeah, I guess I'll play Tickle Monster. Can I lay here and play Tickle Monster? But yeah. Top 5 albums. What's up, Braxton? That's tough. I will say the albums that I've listened to the most in my life are probably Limbeck, Hi, Everything's Great. Ryan Adams, Cold Roses. A more recent one is Pine Grove Cardinal. Then Bright Eyes, maybe Bright Eyes Casadega. What's that, 4? Those 4 albums. And then American Football's first album, American Football. Those 5 albums are probably the ones that I've listened to like the most in my entire life. They're just like, so yeah, Limbeck, Bright Eyes, Ryan Adams, Cold Roses, American Football, and Pine Grove. I would say those are my 5. I mean, that list will change. You ask me tomorrow, that list will be different, but that's kind of where my head's at right now. Ty, I'm sure. What's up, Ty? Ty Brute. I'm sure you're not active anymore, but did you have a favorite 501st troop? Just did a Pride event last night, and you sound as beat as I do, man. No, I haven't done a troop in, I think it's been 7 years. The last troop that I did was before my wife got pregnant with our daughter. So our daughter is 6 now, and yeah, so I think it's been 7 or 8 years since I've done a troop. I'm not active anymore, but I was very active there for a while. Like 10 years ago, I did a lot of troops, maybe 10, 12 years ago. But I haven't been very active since then. My all-time favorite troop, went to Wolfson Children's Hospital one time. We did years ago on the channel. I did a charity book drive, and any shirt that I sold, all the proceeds went to just buying comic books and Star Wars books and stuff like that for kids. So I went to Wolfson's and walked around with my Stormtrooper armor on, passing out Star Wars comics and Star Wars books and stuff like that to kids. That was a good one. That's the one that kind of is at the tip top of my mind when I think of the 501st troops that I've done. And then I went to a Weird Al. I was on stage with Weird Al in my Stormtrooper armor. Got to meet him. A little HelloGreedo Easter egg is inside of my Stormtrooper helmet is a Weird Al autograph. He signed the inside of my Stormtrooper helmet, which is kind of neat. But yeah. Oh, nice, Chris. Yeah, do it to it. That'd be fun. American Football is playing up here in Brooklyn. Thinking of going to see them in the fall. Yeah, do it. Absolutely. I've never seen him live. I've seen Mike Kinsella live when he does his Owen solo project stuff. But I've never actually seen American Football. And granted, that's not surprising, right? They were not active for from 99 to after their debut album. I mean, they weren't active for like 15, 20 years, so. Yeah, I met Weird Al. Actually, me and a bunch of other, I think there was like 6 of us from the 501st who, we got to go on stage with him and do the Phantom Menace. What is that song called? The Anakin guy, blah, blah, blah. Weird Al Star Wars song. The Saga Begins. When he did the Saga Begins song, we all got on stage and we were on stage with him. It's pretty cool. Yeah. That was years ago now, man. That was like... That's 2024. It might have been over 10 years ago. Yeah. Good times. Yeah. And then afterwards we went backstage and waited for him, and he was a sweaty mess, man. That man moves. That man puts on a show. I've never been a big Weird Al fan. I like him as a dude, but like it was cool to see a show, you know. And then he came backstage and met us, and he was just like, it looked like he just jumped in the pool, man. he was soaked with sweat. You could tell he was exhausted. But what are you excited about the most for Andor Season 2, 80s Kid? Golly, nothing specific, 80s Kid. It's more just like, I can't wait for that show to be back, you know? It's just right up my alley. Yeah, like, I'm just excited for that to be back. More than anything. That tone, the way it looks, the dialogue, just everything about that show is just, in my opinion, just light years better than anything Star Wars TV has made. Andor just sets the bar, you know, to me at least. I know a lot of people, I mean, there's certain YouTubers who I'm surprised don't like it. Not because they have to like it, but it's just kind of surprising because it's just it's solid. It's a solid show, you know. Not everything, and it has what people are looking for that are like lore heads that just like love lore and stuff like that. It's got that too, but it's just a really solid, well-made show. But yeah, anyway. Chris Cartwright, surprised you didn't mention Smashing Pumpkins for the albums. I like the Smashing Pumpkins. I go through Smashing. I feel like every single year around November and October when the weather starts to cool off, I get nostalgic for Smashing Pumpkins for some reason. But they're not my, like, I wouldn't put them in a top list of bands and stuff like that I listen to, because I mean, they're great. I've listened to them forever since I was a kid, you know, but it's just a different style than I typically listen to, you know. Bands that I listen to a lot of are like American Football, Pine Grove, Bright Eyes, Josh Ritter, Limbeck, and then bands like Modern Baseball or Slaughter Beach Dog. Let me just list some bands that I've been listening to lately. Lately I've been listening to Modern Baseball, Ogbert the Nerd, A Great Big Pile of Leaves, Mom Jeans, Max Seal, Golfer, Also, Camping in Alaska. I like camping in Alaska. I don't know how to pronounce this. Glockamora. They have a song called Irrevocable Motherfucker. That's pretty good. Bands like This Is Pointless. Bright Eyes. I think it's Conor Oberst solo stuff. Japan Droids. Been listening to a little bit of The War on Drugs. Carly Cosgrove. Spanish Love Songs. Joyce Manor. The Hotelier. Good Morning. Hot Mulligan from time to time. Anyway. What's up, Sapity? The Acolyte really shows how ugly a side of a franchise's fan base can get. Death threats to Wikipedia, etc. Yeah, it's weird, man. It has less to do with the show than it does, like, people's, like, infatuation and addiction to fighting this dumbass internet culture war, you know? I think it's more of that. It's weird, man. It's like people's minds were already made up. A lot of people probably haven't even watched the show, but it's this need to constantly butt heads about pointless culture war shit, and it just gets propped up and propagated more than it would because people have this, like, financial interest in continuously pushing buttons and, like, making a big stir out of nothing, you know? It's like, I mean, a good example is, so Leslie Headland and, forgive me, I can't remember the actress's name who plays May and the twins. They were being interviewed, and, like, the way these things work, you know, they're sitting there, they're being interviewed, and they're sitting there, like, all day, and different interviewers come in from different publications, different media outlets, and, you know, they might have 15 minutes to ask questions, and then they bring in the next person, and then they have 15 minutes to ask questions, and then they bring in the next person, and it's just like an all-day interview event. So they're sitting there, and somebody comes in, and he asks, or he says, like, this is the gayest Star Wars thing ever, and Leslie Headland and the other actress, they start laughing, like laughing, and then they jokingly say something about, like, R2-D2 being a lesbian, and they laugh about that, and, like, and it was just, like, it was a big nothing. Like, it was nothing. Like, it was one interview out of probably 50 that they did that day. How did you want them to react? Like, this guy comes in and say, this is the gayest Star Wars yet, and like, they're all, like, laughing, and what did you expect them to do? Did you expect them to just sit there stone-faced and be like, well, that's not what we're going for, or that's not what our focus is on? No, they're just free-flowing, having a conversation. It's probably, like, the 25th interview of the day, and they just laugh about it, and like, it was a big nothing. It was a nothing. Like, who fucking cares, right? But no, like, so many podcasters and YouTubers and stuff like that took this little clip, this little nothing clip, and they made a big deal about it. And when I see that kind of stuff, I get fucking embarrassed, man. Like, you're making a big deal out of this? Really? This is like what you're spending your time focusing on. Obviously, it's a big moneymaker because all those videos get, like, millions of views for some reason. People just love this constant fighting, this constant culture war bullshit, making something out of nothing. And it's just, I don't know. Like, it's transparently, it's so transparent to me what they're doing. It fucking embarrasses me as a dude. Like, it embarrasses me that people make their living just like a good example is, like, you watch Ben Shapiro, right? I don't really know much about him. I just find him kind of very weaselly, and I watched him watch this clip of this Star Wars interview, and there's no expression on his face, and then he goes, "This is what they're teaching our kids," or something like that. Like, this is what they're teaching our kids. Like, it's a fucking interview out of 25 interviews, and they just giggled about something. Like, who fucking cares, dude? I know your job is to just comment on things. I know your job is to just like make something out of nothing, or find little faults here and there, or constantly, be pricking this culture war and fighting for a cause. Like, but this was fucking nothing, man. And it makes, when you make a big deal out of something like this, it makes you look silly to normal people. It makes you look like a silly, just a silly man. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. The whole YouTube culture war, like, cool, man. You talk about Star Wars on the internet, and you're fighting this crusade. Neato bandito, dude. Like, what an alpha. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. But anyway. But if you bring this stuff up and you say that, wow, that's pretty silly to complain about, people just like, oh, you're just apologizing for a shitty show. No, I don't really like the show either, dude. Oh, now the new term that I saw on my comment section is soft shilling. So no, I'm not a shill anymore. I'm a soft shill. What the fuck is that? Oh, these idiots. It's all so stupid. I think the best. I think to me, like, the best term to use for all this stuff is like, it's embarrassing, because it's embarrassing. Like, any normal person that isn't perpetually on the internet, it's fucking embarrassing. But if you're perpetually on the internet and you just kind of like talk to the same crew of people in your little split screen YouTube live stream, that you probably don't see it as embarrassing. But anybody else outside of that world, looking at you as a man, it's embarrassing. Like, I don't care about your Star Wars opinions. I don't care about your political beliefs at all. I just don't like you as a man. That's the difference. Yeah, anyway. I think that's the best insult. I don't care about your Star Wars opinions. I don't give a shit what you think. I just don't like you as a person. Anyway. What time is it? 1:34. Not gonna eat until dinner. I ate so bad yesterday, dude. Like, I don't know about you, but whenever I have a bad day of eating heavy, and just me and my wife juiced a whole bag of limes and made margaritas throughout the day, and just hung out and played with the kid, and then we watched a movie and ordered pizza. We never do that. But I had 5 slices of Pizza Hut, and I woke up and I just was like, oh my God, I hate myself. I hate eating like that. I mean, I love eating like that, but I just feel like an asshole the next day, But yeah. Vince, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support, man. Hope you're doing well on this Sunday. Vince says, what movie character did you pretend to be as a kid? I saw Indiana Jones. I had a straw cowboy hat. That was my fedora. Tried to swing across the swing set chain like his whip and busted my ass. Nice. The only character that we would play Star Wars like in our backyard play set and throw pine cones like thermal detonators and stuff like that. But I don't remember ever like pretending to be a Star Wars character. Honestly, the only character as a kid that I ran around pretending to be Vince was Superman. I used to like tie a cape around my neck and like jump off the couch and yell Superboy. That was my thing. Like Superman as a kid was my jam, and that was, that's really the only character that I remember. There's pictures of that too, like pretending to be. That and the Ninja Turtles. I had like a Ninja Turtle mask and some sais and other Ninja Turtle weapons and stuff like that. But I don't remember pretending to be them as much as I did Superman. Superman was definitely my my like what I pretended to play. I don't really remember pretending to be like Indiana Jones like you did, but I used to make stop motion little videos on my family's like big shoulder mounted camcorder. Take a frame here, move the action figure, take another frame, move the action figure, take another frame. You know how stop motion works, but I used to do that with my action figures, especially Jurassic Park. But yeah, so really it was just Superman that I pretended to be. Yeah. I don't really have any memories of pretending to be any other character as a kid. Yeah, really. Beyond that. I can't wait either, Vince. We've talked about this before. Even today we talked about this a little bit. But I like my Superman to be lighthearted and silly and an attaboy and a little bit of an all shucks factor, just a Boy Scout do-gooder who wants to be a nice guy. A little silly, a little goofy. That's what I like I would rather watch Superman save a kitten out of a tree than, destroy Metropolis trying to defeat the bad guy. I would rather, I'd rather have that, I'd rather watch Superman save an airplane in Superman Returns than the big action sets and Metropolis being destroyed and all that stuff. But yeah. What's up, kiddo? Hold on. I'm going to hop off. My daughter's knocking on the door. All right, guys. Lazy Sunday commencing. But all right, thanks for hanging out for the past hour or so. To everybody who super chatted in support of the channel, thank you so much. I appreciate that. But all right, enjoy the rest of your morning, your afternoon, your evening, wherever you are on planet Earth. And I will catch you all on the flip side. See ya. Say hey.
Hello.
Who are you holding?
Minnie Mouse.
You're holding Minnie Mouse? Yeah. See, these are all the people that are
Watching a video.
Listening to us right now. So you have this guy's name is Vince. This guy's name is Christopher. This guy's name is Uniqueness and Ty Brute and Sappity. Yeah, these are all people that are talking right now. That's pretty cool, huh?
There's lots of really long names.
Lots of really long names. Yep, that's pretty cool, huh? We were talking about Superman, and we were talking about Star Wars, and talking about margaritas.
Why do you talk about everything?
I don't know. That's what these things are. It's just...
You talk about everything, and you, talk about something, and then you talk about something as the same exact videos. But me and Ma will just talk about one thing in one video and make another video about something else.
What?
And we don't even change what we're talking about. We just hold it until the next video we make.
Yeah, a lot of people do that. But a lot of people just talk about one thing. But this is like just kind of, I don't know. It's like if we were just sitting down at dinner and talking about anything.
What is that
What's what?
thing?
This video?
Yeah.
That's me in my car tapping my thumb. See, check this out.
Why?
So this is that I made this. So that's the inside of my car, and it looks like we're flying through space. Is that cool?
That's funny.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Are you putting this on YouTube?
Yeah, this is going on YouTube.
Why? Are you even talking through the microphone?
Yeah, they can hear us right now. You want to sing them a song?
No way.
No way. All right, say bye, guys. Say see ya.
Who wants to say bye?
Say just like at the top of the water slide. You know how you go see ya. Say see ya.
See ya.
All right, bye.